Hello guys, how are we doing and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm showcasing the classes that both Kenny and Dashy used on their MCW to win champs in 2024. I do use a rival for P1, so other than that I am using the MCW, but trust me, it absolutely flies. I don't know whether it was the class, whether I was just feeling great, but I was shooting this gameplay, guys. Iridescent at the current point of recording, and yeah, it's an absolute fryer. So we're going to be going through both the class setup and just, you know, what's going through my mind as I'm playing to hopefully give you guys a tad of an insight into why I'm doing what I do when I do it. So yeah, kicking it off with the class, you can see here, it is pretty bog standard, but this is what they use and this is what I now use to make sure that I'm shooting both really straight and able to maneuver, and it's that real nice balance. So it's going to consist of the Cyclone long barrel, the L4R flash hider, the DR6 hand stop, RB claw, PSL grip, and the Mark III reflector. Using those will just give you, hopefully shots like what you're seeing here, and maybe with a little bit of practice, shots that you're seeing out of Dashy. I mean, I don't know if that's even human, to be honest. So yeah, use that class setup. It's probably what a lot of people are using anyway. Give it a go if you're not, and let me know how you find it. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot of people using the suppressor, but once the suppressor's gone out of rank play, which I'm hoping is going to be soon because I eliminate it, we're going to be, going back to this old-fashioned MCW class. Before we get into it, I just want to shout out my newest member of the channel, who you're going to see pop up right here. And let's get into the gameplay. So we're kicking off on P2. Obviously, P1 came first, but I wasn't doing much, and I was just nattering on and on and on. But P2, we've got decent spawns. We've got decent spawns for proximity to P2, as well as we've got a little bit of an easier entry to the hill itself. Now, I know there's only 15 seconds left of hill time here, but I really do like to establish the control of this left-hand side, just to make sure that we can get all the way through P4 into their spawn quite easily. Now, as you guys know, if I'm using a sub and you find an AR on the floor, I'm always picking it up. If it's the other way around, again, always picking it up. But that's 3 down on the point right now, and teammates are going relatively huge. And I've spawned out. I've actually, spawned in. So do a little bit of a finesse around the tree to pick off that first player there. Pre-aim middle, just because I get shot in the back, start to pre-aim the window that I believe they're going to be coming from, try and get the third kill, and do not manage to do so. So I'm just trying to play my life right now. I've got no ammo MCW, and unfortunately I do get caught off guard, but I get enough bullets in them to fall. Hopefully my teammates trade. There we go, there's the trade. So yeah, right now all I'm really trying to do is stop their push through P1, because they're going to be spawning the other side of P1. So my main concern here is to ensure that we've got all sorts of control of this here. I get a couple bullets in the guy's zig, managed to finish him off by taking a little bit of a different line of sight. And because he was weak and I knew where it was going to be, it was an easy gunfight for me to win. Now, there's 10 seconds left and my teammates managed to push through P2, so I try and obtain a decent amount of map control around P4. But I'm very much concerned that we're pushed quite far up there, so I'm just checking my back just to make sure we don't get flanked. But anyway, my teammates spawn behind me, which tells me the enemies are all going to be spawning up front. So I like to hop onto this van, just because it gives you a nice little line of sight through the gate back right, and then you've got this little cardboard area as a heady, which you can use to take people off and use it as a bit of a bizarre line of sight. Failing that, if I feel a little bit overrun, which is what happened there when I just really wasn't sure, how quickly they were going to be at me, I decided to, use the bonnet of the hood, if you're from America, to use that as the heady. But we do get broken. Unfortunately, we just get pushed out from the front. But it is what it is. We're 100 points up, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a dub. This is a full gameplay as well. There's obviously mistakes I'm making here. There's deaths that I could have cut out. But I thought, just for complete transparency, I want to leave everything in for you guys, just so that you've got, no game's perfect, and I want it to seem realistic. Don't want to give you guys false hope that you can just be perfect all the time, because that's definitely not the case for anyone. So yeah, on the road, I managed to pick off one guy, and at the moment I'm just trying to maintain. From this position I can see any push to bridge. My teammate on the hill is watching in front of it themselves, but I'm sort of just going between the two. I notice the teammate gets picked off. I then get the trade quite simply. Very easy trade there, nothing too complex here. And you're probably wondering why I'm not hopping on the point right now, and the reason because I'm not hopping on the point is because I'm the furthest pushed up, and if I hop on the point and I die, it allows the enemies to get to the hill completely freely. So me being in this position essentially allows my teammates to run up to the point without being too concerned that the enemy are going to be near. So that's why you're probably wondering, oh, why is Harrz kill whoring? I'm not. I'm just trying to hold map progression up the map. So I'm holding that angle for so long, reload, get chowed, COD timing, you know how it is. So there's 15 seconds left, and we've actually spawned sort of out. I don't like these spawns for this hill. and we're just trying to maintain control of the new hill itself. So, you know, throw my stun, throw my nade, get no ticks, and I thought, you know, I've got plenty of time here, get my trophy down, and I'm just trying to work out what my teammates are doing at this point. So I'm looking at my teammates died front, and just as I decide to push down Bend, and I get chowed from Eskid. So again, I'm leaving the mistakes in here. You guys are going to see how, you know, this is a human behind the screen, obviously. Yeah, I hope you find as much use in the mistakes as you do in the things that do go well. So as I say, you use the sub on P1 just because it's really easy to get a little bit more mixy, and I'm just trying my best to try and break it. I'm just trying to find where they are, trying to get some damage out, but I have teammates like this who are just pretty much might as well be AFK. No, I'm joking, that guy was fine, to be fair. But yeah, we're just getting picked off spawn here, so we're just trying to, you know, be as annoying as we can. And normally I would say you need to rotate through P2 here. However, fighting through P1, I mean, they're going to have people sort of chilling at P2 now, sort of rotating. If we can fight through P1, get a decent amount of P1 control, and then, you know, get all the way through and into the spawn through P1, we're going to find quite a bit of an opening. And that's 4 down with pretty much every single one of the enemy teams spawning in the back. So I decided to be a little bit aggressive here. Don't see anyone, think we might have flipped and decided to get into the back. I am greeted by 2 people who expected me to push. So shout out to those guys for the reads. They must be watching. Some help with Harrz. So yeah, we end up spawning quite far back out, but my teammates are doing a really decent job of getting the kills. There's 3 down, and I'm sort of very conscious of where the enemy team are going to be spawning. We've spawned quite far out, decided to check the back, don't see anything, check boxes, and then I get chowed at the back. Another case of COD timing. I say COD timing. Lack of awareness is probably what it really is, but we're going to go with COD timing there. So I like to throw a stun and a nade over the map here, just to try and, you know, deter their push. At the end of the day, I don't know if they're coming. If they are, great, I get a hit marker. If not, I've used them in, you know, a few days. So I get a 2-piece, clean 2-piece from the guy at RV, then one pushing up the front, and they sort of walked into my iron sight, so I was quite fortunate there. But again, you're going to try and see me, well, you're going to see me try and push through the left here, just because it's the more beneficial route to get spawns, in my opinion. Yeah, so I'm not really sure where anyone is. My teammate was just shooting this way, so I'm sort of just being a little bit cautious, checking my angles here, check boxes, don't see anything anywhere. So as a side, I can push up the map. So I'm still being a little bit cautious. You can see I'm checking corners, and yeah, unfortunately missed a guy with a fairly decent off angle. I'm going to have to use that one. Yeah, and end up spawning back out. But it's fine, it's not a problem whatsoever. I'm just trying to get my tag stuns and my nades through just to see what I can do. Get good timing on a player there, and instead of just rushing the hill completely, I decide to, and I spot that guy. Just instead of rushing the hill completely, I decide to, you know, hold progression again, allow my teammates to push up the map a little bit, and then push together as a team. If I go in, I die. It's a reset completely. But the fact we've just pushed as a team, we just get 3 kills. I get the trade. Nice. There we go. We managed to get to the hill quite nicely, and we do flip the spawns, which are, to be fair, I prefer these spawns for the new hill. So we get a pretty good setup in the new hill here. I've got a trophy down. I've got a player watching my right here. I can see a player who's just ran to the right, and so I'm concerned that there's someone sort of RV on the right here, which is why I'm sort of a bit nervous they're there. My teammate at the end of the day is behind me watching the right, so if he pushes onto the point, I'm pretty much covered. But that guy is giving me a little bit of anxiety because they've been there for so long, and I'm sort of just waiting for them to just pop out and surprise me. There it is, we get the kill, and now we can move on to the spawners. So they're currently going to be spawning back left, but I do notice a player in middle. Luckily, I've got a teammate in boxes who unfortunately does fall, but they get traded instantly by my teammate, whatever that name is. And now it's my position, my job, just to make sure the enemy can't get anywhere near the hill. So again, I've got this absolutely unreal heady on the hood of the van, or the bonnet if you're from the UK. Yeah, and we're just doing absolute bits. So I've got 4 rounds in my MCW because I've been shooting so much. I haven't reloaded my pistol, get 1 burst into them, unfortunately died, but I do get my teammate does get the trade on that player who I did get 3 bullets in with the Renetti. So I'm trying to get these decent spawns here. In my head, I've got a nice little spot I can try and get to, just to try and catch them off guard and try and get them off the hill. You're going to see it in a second. But it's just laying down next to this bin. It's a real nice off angle. It's really hard for them to see you, and it's a nice way just to clear the hill without, you know, putting yourself completely out there. So again, nice clean shots to get the kills. I get comms that someone's at the top because my teammates just died. Get the 3rd kill as well. And essentially what that tells me now, every single one of the enemy team are going to be coming from front. They've got 10 seconds to push. They're not really going to be taking route. So all I really need to do, considering my teammates in middle holding it, is to watch front. So we're getting plenty amount of kills there. I'm on that real nice contest spot that you guys can write down and use for yourself. And yeah, we're playing pretty good COD, other than those few deaths in the middle of the gameplay here. So I noticed a nades come over from the far side, so I'm just nervous to where they are. Managed to get the kill of the player who threw the nade. There's 2 more on the hill, so it's now time to try and break P1 for the dub. We only need 7 seconds. This should be more than doable. So yeah, instead of using a sub, I decided to play this a little bit slower, play it a little bit differently. Managed to get a couple of kills here. My teammates go absolutely huge yet again, and that's pretty much going to be the gameplay. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about the class or any strats you see in the game, feel free to message me down in the comments. Obviously, I will prioritize members if there's a lot of them, but if not, I'll try to answer as many as I can. Yeah, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.
Oh my god, I can't fucking aim this game, bro. Stop with the goggles, bro. I kinda like it.
Fucking hell, bro. I did shocking.
Bro, oh my
Dude, that fuck.
Well, we did better than I thought.
body shot Barry. Just call me Barry, bro. I'm body shot Barry. Yeah, that's what everyone calls